say that God's grace works best in your weakest moments. Can I say that again? God's grace works best in your weakest moments. In your weakest moments is when God can work best. When Moses felt inadequate, that's when God used him mightily. You find it in Exodus. Read maybe chapter 3 and chapter 4. When Moses felt that he was inadequate, he had lost the vision. He thought that God had even forgotten about him. That's when God came down and he said, I have heard the cries of my people and I have come down to deliver them, but I will do it through you. So, and Moses began to make excuses. Moses says, but who am I, God, to even stand before Pharaoh? He was weak. He was inadequate. He felt unqualified for the job. But what Moses was forgetting, that God works best in our lives in our weakest moments. Hallelujah. So God tells Moses, I am going to send you down into Egypt and you will deliver the children of Israel. Moses makes another excuse. He says, but God, you know me, I stammer. I cannot even talk. Excuse after excuse. But we find that it was in the weakest moments of Moses that God did mighty things through Moses. So Moses' life teaches us that feeling inadequate doesn't stop God's plan. It often becomes the starting point of God's greatest work through you. When you feel unqualified, when you feel a weak man as a Christian or a Christian woman, it often is the time when God begins to do mighty works through you. So we see that despite Moses' weaknesses, he became the instrument through which God performed miracles down in Egypt. God's grace works best in your weakest moments. Hallelujah. Now let's continue a little bit. When it seemed impossible for Abraham and Sarah to have a child, that's when God's grace worked best in their lives. You know,